broadcast title. And I think I'll spectate their game, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully at least one or two of them turn out and they don't mind me posting it to YouTube, and it'll be an interesting experience for me, that's for sure. Might actually be better because I don't have to worry about playing Dota. I can more just focus on the casting of it. Okay, so this is captain's mode. So they will start off with 2 bands each, alternated one to the other, and then it'll follow the sequence as you can see on the screen here. So it'll be ban, pick, and then 2 picks for the top, pick for the bottom, and then a couple more bans, followed by picks and bans. So we start off with a void ban. I haven't seen him too much in the pro scene lately. Maybe I haven't watched enough games lately, but he is a fairly good hard carry. He's got a really good ultimate, Chronos, so I don't know. I guess it makes sense. I would probably more or less see like Batriders and Visage and other heroes banned, but maybe they have a strat plan that'll require him not to be in the pool. So the team I'm casting for is Broken Robot Squad, and their opponents are Candy's Gaming. So we'll see how this goes. So they followed up with a Venomancer ban, which is pretty popular support hero right now. He got some pretty good buffs in the most recent patch, so he's been used quite a lot lately. And then we had a Ricky ban for the other team, which I haven't seen Ricky in professional Dota in quite a while either. But then again, like I said, maybe they're going for some strat, which those are counters to, so they're just being overly cautious. I don't know. We'll see. And the second team follows up with a Rubik ban, which is pretty standard. Rubik can
10 seconds remaining.
Swing the tide of battles sometimes with his
5 seconds remaining.
ultimate stealing ability and spell stealing ability, which is his ultimate, and all around his crowd control and his null field can be pretty good.
Pick.
So the opponent team starts off with a Witch Doctor. It's a pretty good pick. I like Witch Doctor. He's got a pretty decent heal. His ultimate can do pretty good damage if set up right, and his cast can be really annoying if you get stuck together. We got a pretty standard Nature's Prophet pickup, good for the offline. Could throw him in the jungle if you really wanted to, but typically leave him down on that off lane, sap some experience, and see how he goes. And we have a Lich pickup. Lich has been seeing a little bit more play lately, especially with the buffs at 6.79, where if you deny your own creep with his sacrifice ability, it will also give you the experience. So one thing is just to wait near the creep spawning and sacrifice one right away, and you already start lane with basically like a 30 or 40 XP bonus on top of your opponent. So that's not too bad, kind of nice. His ultimate can do a lot of damage if people are grouped up and not moving. So, and I believe his ice armor now works on ranged attackers as well. Has half effect. I thought it was full, maybe not. Disruptor, pretty good support. Pretty good at crowd control. His glimpse can send people back to a location 4 seconds ago, so it's pretty useful. If they TP to defend a tower or something, you can glimpse them back to base and kind of screws up their counter push. Connected Fields holds them in place and kind of traps them within a certain radius, which is pretty good for controlling them. And then you can drop a Lich, or no, you can drop a Witch Doctor ultimate. It'd be kind of cool. And the opponent team bans a Weaver. Weaver's pretty good carry off lane right now. Pretty good at
Radiant
just kind of
team
doing
ban.
counter push and being really annoying. Just hides in that off lane, and just whenever you're not expecting, he pops out and starts hitting at your tower with his Geminate attack and whatnot. So not too bad of a ban. And a
10 seconds
bounty hunter
remaining.
ban, fairly standard. Good at offlaner.
5 seconds
Can be
remaining.
annoying with track kills and whatnot that accelerate gold and keep you in the lead.
Dire
And then we have
team
a
ban.
Chaos Knight ban. Kind of weird. Again, I don't see Chaos Knight too often in the pro scene. I know these aren't pros playing, but still, like, the only time I really ever see him was with Wisp, but
10
since Wisp got
seconds
the
remaining.
nerf in 6.79 where he can't tether
Dire
stun
team
anymore,
pick.
it's kind of become a less used combination. And we have a Storm Spirit ban for Broken's Robot Squad. So not too bad. Pretty good mid-hero. Good at swinging the tide of fights and whatnot with his zips in and out. So now we'll get to the next picking phase. So we have a
10
potential
seconds
jungler. We
remaining.
have a potential off lane with a Lich Nature's Prophet.
5 seconds remaining.
Need a probably need a mid carry and another support. Well, the other
Reserve
team
time.
seems to have both of their supports, so they'll need a mid carry and an off lane most likely, but we'll see. So if I say anything wrong during this cast, mostly because I haven't casted before ever. I've watched a lot of people cast, but I've never done it myself, so we'll see how it
Radiant
goes.
team pick.
So they pick up a Outward Devourer, very good mid hero. He did receive a slight nerf in 6.79. His mana essence aura essence aura, I guess, does not proc from using items anymore, where it
Dire
used to. So
team
like
pick.
early game, you could just pick up a buckler, and a buckler is only 25 mana to activate, and it has a very low cooldown, so you could always keep that active, and it always give you that chance to give your base mana back. So it was a really cost efficient way to keep your mana up with the essence aura. And they respond with a Viper. Not sure how the lane
10
matchup
seconds
goes, but
remaining.
Viper's a pretty good mid hero.
5 seconds
He's
remaining.
got some pretty annoying spells with his poison attack and his ultimate, Viper Strike.
Reserve time.
So, but then again,
Radiant
our
team
Devourer is
pick.
pretty strong, so it'll be an interesting matchup. And then we have a Razor pickup, which is pretty good carry, able to sap damage from other heroes, and has a ultimate that does pretty good damage. And if you get the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, it can hit towers and buildings,
10
and it also
seconds
has a
remaining.
increased strike interval, which is actually really
5
powerful.
seconds remaining.
So we'll see what our last couple are.
Reserve
So the
time.
Candies Gaming looks like they need a carry and an offlane, I think. But we'll see. Mirana, pretty
Dire
common
team
pickup
ban.
nowadays, I would say. I've seen her in a lot of games recently. Some people try to play her as a hard carry. It doesn't always work out, and then others try and play her as a sort of a support or off lane
10
where she just
seconds
goes around
remaining.
roaming with her arrow and tries to make stuff happen. So
5
could
seconds
work.
remaining.
if you could get like a Mirana stun into
Reserve time.
Disruptor and then do some damage, it could result in some kills, or arrow into Viper Strike and work them down that way. We have a Timbersaw
Radiant team
ban,
ban.
which is pretty decent off lane. He's got some pretty good mechanics that
Dire
allow him to
team
keep in
pick.
the lane for a long time and be annoying to the off lane and do a pretty good job. So, and we have a Tidehunter ban. I don't know if I've seen him too much lately, but he is a pretty good support. His ultimate is amazing for locking down people. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. So Robot Squad
10
is
seconds
picking their
remaining.
last hero. See, they
5
have
seconds
mid,
remaining.
off lane. Okay, so they pick their carry. So
Radiant team pick.
I'm assuming Outward Devourer is going to go mid. Alchemist will be safe farming with a Lich. And then maybe Razor off lane and Nature's Prophet in the jungle. Could work. Alchemist, pretty good carry. Does some pretty good work. His Grievel's Greed allows him to really get up there in the gold really fast if you go for a greedy build.
10
If you want to go a
seconds
little bit
remaining.
more utility base, you can
5
start
seconds
maxing Stable
remaining.
Concoction and Acid Spray. Gives you some good minus armor and a stun that does physical damage, which means it can be boosted by Acid Spray, and has some pretty good stun and damage values for. And his ultimate used to be a little bit better. It used to give you bonus HP as well as regen, so it would give you kind of like a instantaneous increase in your HP, which will keep you a little more sustainable. But the trade-off is now you get more HP regen, which in some ways is sometimes better because you can almost full heal off of your ultimate if you do it at the right time. And Candy's Gaming picks up a Clockwork, so pretty good offlane. Very good for being a nuisance and using
10
those cogs
seconds
to try and drain the opponent's mana and
5 seconds
life,
remaining.
and just all around being annoying. And then once you grab 6, you can go off and start ganking and trying to make some solo kills or teaming up with other people. So it should be pretty interesting. So we'll announce. So we got Spine on the Mirana, we got Yogris on the Clock, we have LGN Kirito on the Viper, Mitzer Freck
Ah, thanks, man.
on the Witch Doctor, and Fire 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 on the Disruptor. And for Robot Squad, we got Mudbot on the Nature's Prophet, Capstar on the Razor, we've got Live PC on the Outward Devourer, we got Joe 40 on the Lich, and finally we got Pusas on the Alchemist. So we got Outward Devourer going mid. He's going Tango and a Salve. It's not too bad. Probably gonna go for a quick bottle or something like that to keep him sustainable in lane. We got the Razor and Lich going safe at the moment, and the Alchemist. Alchemist is going support. Okay, so this is a support Alchemist. It's pretty good. He his
30
Unstable
seconds to
Concoction,
battle.
his Acid Spray are actually really good support skills. You can't really get into the items too well because you won't be leveling Grivel's Greed, but it does make you a pretty utility-based carry or support. Sorry, and yeah, he's often played as a support. He does really well. So we've got Razor, which will be the carry. Starting off with Ring Protection, Salve, and some Tangos.
The battle
Or
begins.
Iron Branch and some Tangos. And we got Lich, another support, dropping some wards down. They're going to de-ward this Observer, which was going to be used to block the pull. Hopefully the Sentry is outside of the range. Although this Mirana is going to drop her... No, they might be able to get it in time. Yep, alright. So this should spawn as long as this is not blocking. Which it's not. Okay, so the dire side can still do their pulls and such with the creeps, which will keep things a little more even out. In the game, we got Clockwork here. You got pulled a couple Tangles, otherwise Stout Shield, Salve, and Clarity. Pretty standard. Going with Cog so you can be as annoying as possible. Mid lane, we've got... Oh, we have Mirana. Okay. Not sure how this works. She's gonna lose a lot of her intelligence to that OD. She's going for a quick bottle with that. I'm assuming OD's also. Right now they have... Yeah, OD's got her beat by about 12 damage, so he's he has somewhat of a advantage, but we'll see how this plays out. And we got at the bottom. Oh, Nature's Prophet almost gave the first blood. It's a pretty dangerous tri-lane, I'd have to say. They've got a good lockdown with static field or kinetic field. The Witch Doctor's got his cast, which can slow you down and kind of delay your movements, and then the Viper's a pretty good early game carry for just dealing damage and keeping you slow and ticking over with poison. So it's definitely can turn into a pretty good safe tri-lane, but we'll see. Nature's Prophet's pretty good offline. As long as he plays smart, he can be pretty annoying, similar to Clockwork, and just kind of keep things going. So OD picks up a double damage and activates it right away. So I guess he's just maybe just trying to force him around back a little bit, make her play less aggressive, a little more safe with the double damage. I don't know. Clockwork picking up boots. I don't know if he's going to try and do anything here, but he might get stuck. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get his damage locked out. Oh, they're going to need a couple more hits. One more. Oh, there you go. There's first blood. Now, as long as he can get out there, that's good. Yeah, and he won't die to tower, so pretty good. First blood. That slows clock down. That gives the Razor some room to farm and not have to worry about getting annoyed by the Clockwork. And Alchemist got that. Not bad. Early game is probably good to give your supports a first blood, because it might help accelerate them a little bit. Give them an option to, you know, get the fast flying courier or get boots right away so they can be a little bit more sustainable in lane. But definitely later on you're going to want your carries to get most of the kills just to accelerate them faster. So, Razor picks up a Gloves of Haste, potentially going for a Midas, not sure. Could go for it. Bottom lane, how are we doing down here? We got Viper.
Bottom is missing.
Hasn't bought anything yet, just farming away. Looks like he's mostly auto-attacking creeps, which they would kind of probably want to try and pull it back a bit so that it's a little more close to their tower, but it's not too bad. Witch Doctor's being annoying up here, and I'm assuming Disruptor's doing some pulling and such with the creeps.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pretty good choice. Prophet's going to TP home and heal up. He probably could have saved. Oh, missed a mid lane.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
OG didn't drop the ultimate, just worked down the Miranda, I guess. And the Clockwork and the Disruptor both moved in on mid to try and help, but unfortunately they couldn't do enough to slow that down. So we got 2 kills on the board for the robot. Oh, he gets it. He's probably going to try and chase down this Disruptor with it. Trap him in with the illusions. Pretty good play.
Dire's
And then
middle
just
tower is under attack.
right click him down until he's dead. Yep.
Bad luck.
It's a pretty good start for OD. He's only got 18 last hits, but he's got 2 kills to his name. So it's a pretty good start. And Alchemist gonna go for the stun, but Murano leaps away and is safe for now. But I'm assuming this Alchemist, I don't know if he's going to stay mid and just trying to pressure it a bit, or if he's going to move back down to bottom lane and trying to help out the Nature's Prophet. Not sure. Nature's Prophet going for phase boots, pretty standard. Allow him to run away a little bit quicker. Hopefully stay a little bit more sustainable and safe. Razor up here. He must be going for Midas because he's got almost enough money in the bank for the recipe. So, not too bad. I think about a minute ago, Viper got his. It must be on the courier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So Viper's got his up and running now. So ideally what you would want to do with a Midas in the early game is you would want to kill the creeps, and then you'd want to go into the jungle and try and Midas one of the bigger creeps. Probably like the Dark Troll Summoner, because in the early game your Midas is going to accelerate your EXP and give you bonus levels and give you an advantage that way. So you'd probably want to yeah, try and Midas some big creeps, get that EXP bonus, and accelerate yourself in that manner. But I guess if you don't want to leave lane and whatnot, then you could just Midas the creeps. So, top lane, we've got Nature's Prophet moved back over to top. He might try and push down this tower with a Razor. Razor now picks up his Midas. So we got a Midas on both carries. So it's not too bad. Oh, and we missed a kill on Alchemist. So that looks like probably Cogs, Battery Assault, something like that. Thunderstrike, Cask, and a Maledict. Yep, alright. So,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alchemist went down in the river. We've got ODE being pretty... Oh, and he gets a kill on the
Radiant's
block.
middle tower is under attack.
Pretty hard to go up against an ODE. His ability to kill you can be
Radiant's
strong.
top tower. Radiant's top tower has
So we
fallen.
got a tower down up top. It's not too bad. Pretty good start for
Radiant's middle
the
tower
Dire
is under
side.
attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Moving in mid. Or I guess I can do this. So as you can see right now, we got Viper leading last hits at 48, pretty high.
Radiant's middle tower is
Mirana
under
drops
attack.
her ultimate to try and escape. She might still get chased. I'm thinking about it, but they might give up. They're hitting around this secret shop right now. The Clockwork knows they're there. He's scouting with his rocket
Dire's
flare.
bottom tower is under attack.
But since there's 3 of them, they can play pretty aggressive. They might try and just push down this second tower. If so, someone else is going to have to react, otherwise they're going to start losing towers too fast. It's going to give the other team too much of an advantage early game. Bottom lane, we still got Witch Doctor and Viper just working away on the bottom tower. Nature's Prophet's still down here being annoying. Using his ultimate. I don't know if he's keeping his ultimate or if he's just trying to use it to spam the waves. Sometimes it's better to keep your ultimate and use it at critical moments, like in a team fight or something, just to get that bonus damage. But sometimes people use it just to keep the creep waves down, pushed over to the
Radiant's
other side,
middle
and
tower is under attack.
keep things up like that. We got Alchemist and
Radiant's middle tower
OD taking
has
the middle
fallen.
tower. Nobody's on the top right now. They left it, which is probably pretty good because it's not too safe to be laning on the safe lane right now for the Dire.
No! Double damage!
And we got a kill. Oh, we got fights.
I'm glad to leave.
Alright, so Nature's Prophet went down, and in turn they got a disruptor kill, but Viper came into the fray and did some good damage, but now we've got Razor going after the Viper. We might be able to get this still. Clock 6 now. Clock's are going to be annoying with his cogs, but Razor's still chasing down, and he just barely clips him with his plasma field. So not too bad. Got, I think, 1 death on the... just 1? 2. 2 deaths. 2 deaths for the Dire, but they got 4 or 5 kills? I think 4. Yeah, they got 4 kills. That's pretty good. It cost them Nature's Prophet buyback, but not too bad. He helped out in those kills. It's a pretty good trade. So we got OD and Nature's Prophet bottom lane right now, pushing in. OD going for an early 4-staff, pretty good for keeping some crowd control, and you can get you out of the cogs. Mirana's popping her ultimate to save the disruptor, and now they're going to set up for a gank on these two bots. So, take out Nature's Prophet first, stun up the Alchemist, and bring down the OD. So they just rotated their entire team for that. Pretty good. The Dire team was playing the perhaps a little bit unsafe. Maybe they should have backed after the Mirana ult dropped and they couldn't see what was going on. But nevertheless, keeping things up there. So, let's see, what have we got for gold per minute? So we got Razor and Viper pretty close to each other. Both have Midases, so they're both
Radiant's top tower is under
have
attack.
the same ability to accelerate their farm. What about hero levels? Yeah, so as expected, the Razor and the Viper are pretty much the top right now with their Midases, giving them some bonus EXP, keeping them up there. Actually, not too bad so far. It's only 13 minutes. And most of the supports have their levels. Disruptor could really use his ultimate. Same with the Lich and the Alchemist, but not too bad. Oh, and we have a Nature's Prophet trying to do some solo split pushing. Got taken out by a Clockwork. Used his hook for that, so pretty good kill. Yeah, I guess for this I should probably control this with arrows, but I don't think that works, so. Nevertheless, we got a little engagement going on down here. Viper pops his ultimate on the Alchemist.
Uproot and after them.
They might engage, they might fall back. It's kind of hard to say. It's pretty much a 5-on-5 right now. Everybody's there, except the Alchemist is missing a decent amount of his HP. Oh, and drop down. Oh, that's just happened. Oh, and the Lich ult gets a couple. Can you get one more? Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So,
attack.
definitely a better fight for the Radiant side. We got the Is hook off? Yeah, hook must have been off cooldown by then, so use the hook to get somebody, and the OD ult. Nope, never dropped it. That could have helped, but maybe he died too quickly. The Razor had his ultimate up, but unfortunately it didn't do enough. The Lich ult was able to pick off at least one hero towards the end to even it out a little bit, but still a better fight for the Radiant side.
Double damage!
So, Odin still just with that 4-staff. Not sure if he's got anything on Courier. Nope. Alright, we got Lich. Got Arcane Boost probably building into a mech. Pretty standard. Got Razor with a Ring of Aquila, Phase Boots, and probably, no, could go Aghanims or could build into like a Manta style. Nature's Prophet, Phase Boots into a Shadow Blade.
Radiant's
Got
bottom
Support
tower
Alchemist
is under
with
attack.
Tranquil Boots. That's kind of strange, only because of the recent nerf or change to Tranquil Boots. If you're attacking then you lose some of the movement speed bonus, you lose the HP regen, and you lose a little bit of the armor, I believe. So it kind of hurts you, and especially Alchemist will probably be doing a lot of attacking. So maybe not the best choice, but still works. So yeah, looks like Razor's definitely going for a Yasha, probably building that into a Manta style. On the Radiant team, we have the Viper, just has this Blade of Alacrity, I believe it is. Not sure what he's building in. He could be building into a Yasha as well, similar to the Razor. Clock, he's got himself a drum, pretty good pickup. Good for utility. Got our Witch Doctor with just arcane boots. Disruptors walking around with a stick and boots. Fairly poor at the moment. Mirana's just got a Wraith Band and face boots. Dire side trying to pick up some ancient kills. Not a bad idea. Gives you a little bit extra gold, some experience. Can be pretty helpful. Nature's Prophet picks up his Shadow Blade. Even with the recent nerf, making the cooldown for the invisibility longer, still a pretty good pickup. Allows you to be somewhat annoying. So yeah, Razor's got his Yasha built, got our phase. Then we have a pause because Clockwork disconnected. Alright, why don't we take a look at the graphs? Fortunately, that's a little bit hidden, but it was definitely in the dire side favor, and it kind of evened out a little bit, and it looks like it's coming back into their favor a little bit for EXP. And gold-wise, it's pretty steady in their favor. Definitely had a little bit of an increase here, which is probably that pretty big team fight that happened around here in the Radiant jungle, which gave some kills in benefit of the Radiant side, but they're still holding on to that lead. About probably like 6,500 or so. Pretty good lead. Hero levels, everyone's got their level 6 now, so all the ultimates are up. Pretty good levels. Let's see. Gold per minute. Viper and Razor still staying pretty much toe and toe with each other at the moment. Razor up there on the top with last hits. Not too far behind is Viper, and then OD and Nature's Prophet. Let's see net worth. It's pretty close. Not too far off. Only a difference of 450 or so. It's just a belt of strength, or it's actually not a big difference. Now mind you, the supports are a little more well off on the dire side, though not too much. All in all, I would say the dire has a slight advantage at the moment, but it's definitely not impossible for the Radiant to come back. So we got a dire smoke moving down. They'll probably find this disruptor. Yeah. Should be no way that he can escape, and he gets blown up. Clockwork's gonna move down to try and defend, and Viper's going to take him in as well. I don't know if they can really do much about this. Like, they're up against 5 heroes right now, there's 3 of them now. And they use the Mirana ult so they can have the attention off guard. So there's a clock ultimate, we got a pass, and some poison by the Viper, who's doing good work, taking down the OD, along with the Witch Doctor ultimate, chasing down the Razor currently, and over here we got Lich dropping his ult, and unfortunately didn't bounce. And I think there's might be more kills. Clockwork cleans up, and Viper cleans up the bottom. He might get taken out by tower, but I think he'll be okay. Yep. So, Clockwork finishes off the
Radiant's
Razor,
bottom
and
tower is under attack.
Viper cleans up the other 2, so that's a definite advantage to the Radiant team. They took that fight pretty much single-handedly. I don't think they lost anybody in that fight, so definitely good for them. Viper's got his ultimate orb working into that Manta style. I'm not sure what Disruptor did with his money. Oh, I think he just bought arcane boots probably. Clockwork still looking pretty much the same. Not sure what he's doing with his money either. Looks like Witch Doctor will be going for the mech for the team, and Mirana is going for, that be an Orchid? Could be an Orchid. Given that she's already got these 2, probably building an Oblivion staff, and I don't think 2 ultimates would really be worth it, so probably looking
Radiant's
at
top
an
tower
Orchid.
is under attack.
She's gonna try and kill the Prophet. Let's see how this goes. Nope, Prophet's just gonna Shadow Blade and run away.
Radiant's middle
Ward's
tower
coming
is
out
under
to
attack.
the Alchemist. Disruptor's playing pretty safe behind the tower right now, not too, probably be more cautious, still not getting ganked. And we've got a Clockwork with an invisibility walking through the Dire jungle. He's going to run into 2. Now whether he's going to do anything or not, I'm not sure. He might go for this OD. Yeah, he's just going to finish off the OD. If he wanted to, he maybe could have kept vision on the other 2 and tried to make something happen there, but he chose to just help the Mirana with the OD kill, so not a bad choice.
Players here.
So it looks like they'll try and turn this into a push. Probably not too much the other team can do about it at the moment. Still got Disruptor down here farming up a urn, I believe. Although, I don't think he can really do much with himself. Well, looks like they might try and defend. OD will be up pretty shortly, and they're already cocking the stun, so I don't think we really go in on this right now. The cogs are going to break up the battlefield a little bit, keep it a little unsafe to go in. Yep, they're going to hold their... They're going to hold their tier 1 bottom, or top, sorry. And they're sticking around, so right now it's pretty much a team fight. And they Mirana ultimate, so they're going to try and go in. Unfortunately, Treant's blocking the arrows, so they couldn't get that off. But I think OD's going to get caught out. Stuck? Yeah, he's gone. Lich is going to drop the ultimate, but it unfortunately doesn't bounce too much. I think Alchemist is going to take a trap on this too. Yeah, Witch Doctor drops his ultimate, and that pretty much means they can't go in at the moment. So that was a 2-for-0 trade for the Radiant side, giving them some good advantage. Now, on the other hand, it was probably not a bad idea. Nature's Prophet went bottom and took out the tier 1 tower, so at least got some push in there. Couldn't really do too much with the fight already swinging in the Radiant's advantage, so taking a tower is at least something decent. So
Dire's top
we got a
tower
Void
is
Stone.
under attack.
Could be building into a sheep. It's probably what he's building into, but we'll see.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lich still working on that mech.
Dire's
And
top
the
tower has fallen.
Radiant finally take the tower. Mirana fishing with a arrow. I don't think it's gonna hit Buddy though. And there we have it. Viper officially picked up his Manta Styles, so that's gonna give him a little bit more push. It's gonna be able to split off. I don't think you can really disjoint anything on the Dire side with that. Maybe you can. Sometimes you can disjoint stuff like track and dust and such. Witch Doctor is still working on his mech. We got Disruptor, finished up his urn. Clockwork, I saw him buy he bought this Ogre Club, but I'm not sure if he's going to go Agnum Scepter. If he goes Agnum Scepter, that'll drop the cooldown of his hookshot to 12. Oh, nope. Looks like he's going to BKB. He just picked up the Mithril Hammer. So BKB, pretty good choice. It'll block OD's damage. It'll block the Lich ultimate and the other spells.
And it's off.
The Alchemist won't be able to throw his stun onto the Clockwork if he's BKB'd, so it's a pretty good pickup.
Rock it on.
Although I dare say he should at least... There. He's got a TP at least. Nature's Prophet still doing some split push by himself. And it looks like Dire's going to try and sneak a Roshan. Not sure. The Radiant has a ward right here. But they smoked into it, so they might be able to. They got some minus armor from the Acid Spray. Right now, Roshan's taking a little bit extra damage. And it doesn't really seem like the Radiant side is going to react. They're going to try and take this tier 1 bottom and shift their team over, but at the same time, I think Roshan's going to fall without them responding to it at all. Which might not be too bad. They might still be able to do enough damage to not really worry about it, but we'll see. So, OD picks up the Aegis. Pretty good. He'll be able to keep in that fight longer and try and deal out some damage and keep some crowd control with his Astral Imprisonment. Still have... Oh, we got a BKB on the Razor, so that's a pretty good pickup. It'll block a fair bit of damage on the Dire side. Or Radiant side, sorry. And we got OD picking up a Mystic Staff. Probably going for a Sheep. Maybe a Shiva's. Either could work. Finally have a mech pickup on Lich.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I don't think the Witch Doctor has his yet. No, Witch Doctor's almost there. He needs 15 gold. Not that one. This one? No. That's the one. Alright. Alright, so we got...
Dire's middle
Went
tower
to the
is under
Yasha and then
attack.
went to the BKB. So I don't know, not sure if he'll turn around and finish that into a Manta style, maybe. With the Ultimate Orb and the Bloodstone, so I'd assume he's going for oops. Nobody saw that. We'll be right back. Okay. Let's close that. There we go. So we have a, I guess we'll do So Alchemist picks up his Vlad's. Not too bad, gives him some armor and such. Let's see how this goes. We got Witch Doctor on the high ground doing his ultimate.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Most of the team's chasing down Marana and they take her out. Alchemist is going to self-stun. And I think they're just going to disband from the fight. Most likely try and use that to push down this tier 2 top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Probably a pretty easy tower to push down.
Radiant's top tower has
I
fallen.
don't think they can go high ground. I don't think they have the lead enough. I think they're just behind. XP pretty much even. And gold still in the lead of the Dire. Definitely swung up from those kills that happened earlier, but with tower gold and the last few kills going the Dire's way, they're still sticking in the lead. Still not that big key. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Clock's finished up his BKB, find that out to him. Witch Doctor's got that mech up. Marana picked up her Orchid, I think probably 4 minutes ago or so. So she's, I don't know if she's really used it yet, but could be useful. Pop the Orchid, stops the OD from casting anything, or stops the Lich, or stops the Alchemist. Can be pretty useful. And the Viper picks up a BKB, so pretty standard, blocking both sides' spells. Got Nature's Prophet casting his ultimate to push out lanes and push, and now he's going to TP and try and pressure the nope, and we have a fight mid.
Not the strongest enemy I've grappled with.
So it must be a Clockwork Hook into Cogs
Dire's
into
middle
death.
tower is under attack.
OD Razor close by, but can't really do anything about this. So the
Dire's
tier
middle
1 mid
tower
is going
has
to fall
fallen.
to the Viper. And they're probably going to have to try and defend tier 2. They definitely don't want to give away more than they have to. Nature's Prophet. Still being annoying on the bottom lane. Trying to push it out. Hasn't done any damage to the tower yet, but still forcing enemy hero to teleport back to try and stop the push. So, not too much new in the way of items. Viper's got, hasn't even sent his BKB out to him yet. I think it's on courier. Yeah. So once he has that, he'll have a little bit more guarantee that he won't get stunned or disabled during fights, allowing him to do some good damage. Nature's Prophet, he's got enough money for that. I'm pretty sure he's got more than enough for that cheap stick. Should probably pick that up, because that'd be really helpful. They could use that to lock down somebody and keep things going. Oh, looks like Nature's Prophet got a kill. Maybe his ultimate bounced through and killed the Clockwork. Didn't see him engaging anybody. So it looks like Dire Team's going to group up and push this tier 2 bottom. And as such, the Radiant team is also going to group up and try and defend. They have better counter push when their Clockwork is up, which he's just respawned now. So he might be able to do something about that, but it looks like he's going top or mid right now. He doesn't really seem to go. And they're shifting to tier 2 mid. Well, they still have one bottom. That, I don't know, that Lich might die. If the Viper can get off his spells, that Lich is going to die. And unfortunately, yeah, Marana falls, but unfortunately he takes out 2 in the aftermath. Nature's Prophet buys back. And Alchemist is going to try and some shots. That might actually help him. Blocking in that cogs and escaping that kinetic field might be just enough to keep him alive. If he gets attacked, I think he's doing okay. Which will give him some backup. And
Radiant's
from
middle
there,
tower is
it
under
doesn't
attack.
look like Razor's going to finish the Yasha into a Manta style. Looks like he's going to go straight into Butterfly. It's not a bad choice. Give him some evasion, some pretty good right click, and attack speed. Also, a little bit more armor, which is pretty good. There's some decent physical damage on the Radiant team, so could be definitely helpful. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of new items. Nature's Prophet finally picking up that Scythe of Ice. Really good for taking fights, disabling somebody. Looks like he's going to try and chase down this Viper, but I don't really think he can... Well, he's got help with the Alchemist with the double damage, but it seems like they might... Well, they have to go in there, otherwise they're going to lose Marana pops her ultimate to save the Viper, and now they're going to try and do a bit of counter push on this. So it looks like the Dire team is backing up. Not sure if they really want to engage in this or if they just want to play it safe and keep farming. Odie goes for the Ancients, same with Razor, trying to boost up some EXP and such. Got a gem purchased on Alchemist, so that'll allow them to see through the Marana ult. Pretty helpful. It really disrupts the flow when all of a sudden the enemy team disappears and you have to play safe and back up because you're not really sure if they're going to just pop in on you. And oh, arrow just barely misses. Marana, let's see her again. What's the courier got? Courier has Helm of Iron Will and is that a Veil of Discord on the Disruptor? Could be. Here's the Courier, yep. So, Disruptor picks up a Veil of Discord, which has an active ability which increases magic damage over a certain radius. It's pretty good. How many BKBs do we have on the other team? Oh, we got a Clockwork Latch. And that's a dead Prophet. So unfortunately, Clockwork lands a hook, stops the Prophet from getting away, and they dust him and take him out. Oh, and we got some pretty good pickups on the Dire team. We got Odie picking up his Scythe of Ice as well. That's going to give him some pretty good bonuses. Going to give him some bonus intelligence to increase his damage. Also goes well with his ultimate, increasing the damage from that, and the damage from his orbs as well, increasing the damage from the mana pool. So that's pretty good. Alchemist still working with just his vibes and a gem. Still not too sure about the Tranquil boots now that they've been nerfed. Perhaps maybe just some phase or tread to keep more sustainable, but... And the Razor picked up a Butterfly, so pretty good pickup for him. Yeah, gives you some pretty good all-around stats. Attacking faster, gives you some bonus armor, some bonus damage, all around pretty good stuff, and some evasion, which nobody on the Radiant side has an MKB yet. Nope. Although it does look like Viper will most likely build that next. He's already got the Demon Edge, he's got one of the Javelins, one more, and I think that'll be complete. So then that'll kind of nullify some of the usefulness of the Butterfly on Razor, but still pretty useful. Nobody else will be able to take him, so if they can focus down that Viper really quick, then the rest might have issue dealing with the Razor. So that's a pretty good trade-off. And in terms of other stuff, it doesn't look like we have too much new. We've got Belt of Strength. probably going for Necronomicon. Pretty good pickup. The Necro 3 gives you a True Sight and some mana depletion skills, so that's pretty good for keeping people low on mana and out of the fight. And also if you kill the one Necronomicon, it does a pure damage, so it's pretty good.
Players here.
Oh, I just realized I'm streaming in the windowed format. Oh well. This is just a practice game, I think, but whatever. So it's only been 40 minutes into the game, and I will now do this. Isn't that much better? Probably do that from the start. Oh, we got an engagement. And Fight takes out Lich pretty quick, but looks like he's going to go down to the others. That Cask is being kind of annoying, bouncing between everybody. And Witch Doctor drops his ult, but as you can see, the entire Radiant team is pretty much gone. Witch Doctor is all that's left, and they lost a Lich and a Nature's Prophet, so not really that bad of a trade. And this Lich is, well, this Witch Doctor is going to yeah, so we got a 5 for 2. Definitely a better trade for the Dire team.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, and it looks like Razor is going to
Radiant's top
build
tower
that
is under attack.
Yasha into a Sanjin Yasha. I see that a lot early game on Razor. It's a pretty good early game pickup. It gives you some bonus attack speed, some bonus strength and HP, some pretty good stats, but I don't see it too often late game on Razor. I guess late game I would probably go just for a Manta style, just for the push power that it gives you. But I guess to each his own. OD's picking up an Oblivion Staff, quite possibly going for a Refresher. It's pretty good. Drop 2 ultimates on your enemy, does significant damage. Lich picks up a Force Staff, pretty good for crowd control, keeping you out of the cogs. Oh, and Clockwork just misses his hook on the Nature's Prophet, and with that, Nature's Prophet is gonna TP bot and continue the split push. He's got his level 1 Necronomicon, I think so? Yes. Okay, so he's got his level 1 Necro book up. Not quite as good yet, but there it is. I think that's the second, so not too long he'll probably have his 3rd level Necronomicon, and then he'll be all set to go. And we just saw Razor pick up his Boots of Travel. Where is Razor? Yes, here. It's pretty good. Make him really fast. Increases his movement speed to almost max movement speed, which is pretty significant. He can chase down really easily. He's got really great attack speed with that Midas, Sounding Yasha, and Butterfly. Pretty good right click damage as well. Also, he can static link an enemy, steal their damage, and picks up the invisibility. So not too bad. Hopefully he can make something off of this invisibility. Maybe he can... No, he might just spend it on creeps. Yep. Goes for the Midas and the creeps. We got Nature Prophet on the mid lane, which is kind of dangerous. He's got 3 heroes around him, and that Clockwork is... He's got... his ultimate's up. He's looking for hooks. So if Nature's Prophet isn't careful, he might get hooked. But we have a smoke for the Dire. We got Alchemist, Lich, and Razor moving in on the mid lane. Not sure if they're going to be accomplishing anything. We got 5 people, well, 4, because Clockwork TP's out to try and work down this Nature's Prophet, and we succeed. Yeah, there it goes. Blocks it, TP out, and that was Nature's Prophet's last hook. But Razor's going to come in, steal a whole bunch of damage off Clockwork. Because with that That move speed of pretty much 522, it's kind of hard to keep away from him. Clockwork just barely survives with the cog into the Marana ultimate, and he's going to run away. He also has Boots of Travel, but still he's only moving for 435, whereas the Razor's moving for max movement speed, so he's definitely got the disadvantage there. Haste Rune on top. I don't think anybody has a bottle anymore at this point. No, Marana still got hurt, and Clockwork. But I think they're just going to use it. Nope, we got a stun being... Not sure if they saw somebody and they TP'd out or just thought somebody was there. So we got a bit of a self-stun. Looks like Alchemist will be building into a BKB. Already got the Ogre's Club and the Mithril Hammer. So pretty good pickup. Again, keeping you survivable. Oh, and he gets picked. Gets taken by that Clockwork, but unfortunately just couldn't do anything about it. Nice little Astral Imprisonment on the Alchemist to block the stun damage and whatnot. Good little save. I really would have liked to see Alchemist maybe pick up a Blink Dagger. So Vlad's is definitely a nice pickup. Gives you some armor, gives you some lifesteal and whatnot, but the pickup of a Blink Dagger can really get you in there into the fight, gives you some good positioning, so you can pop that stun out of range, run in, blink on them, and just go to town. I would say it's a better item build for a support Alchemist. I see it a lot. But BKB picked up by the looks of that with the recipe, so that's a pretty good pickup. OD already having that refresher, so he can drop 2 ultimates on the fight. Great. Oh, and he gets picked off by the fog. But I think this might turn bad. I don't know if they... Oh, they got there pretty quick. That OD needs to survive. He dies. He drops 1, he drops 2. Oh, he gets a triple kill. And he finishes off the Viper. That cast not doing enough damage with the bounces, and that's a pretty good fight. Disruptor manages to run away, but really he can't do anything against the Dire right now. They're making a good push. Alchemist really needs to get his BKB to him. That could definitely help him be sustainable. Razor picking up that Desolator, very good for minus armor. Stacks up with the acid spray of the Alchemist. Definitely cuts through anybody with high armor. Very good to, also really good on towers. Look at that, -7. Just chewing through that HP on the towers. We got OG up here farming. Going for a Mithril Hammer. That's probably going to be a BKB. I think that'd be a really safe choice, because BKB kind of stops some of the damage. Oh, and another hook from Clockwork, potentially. I think so. Buys back, drops the hook, and gets a snag on the Lich. But that's not too bad though. The Lich isn't a huge loss for the Dire side. Razor's definitely making his money go far. I think he's going to want to sell that Midas soon. Oh, he's being chased by a Marana. Alted Clockwork, but he's got some backup. I don't know if this Clockwork really wants to go in. He's got his ultimate. He can definitely spend it. But I think they're going to try and sneak a roast, but they're so close. Oh, they know. They dropped the acid spray. They know that they're in there. I don't think this is safe. The other team, they need to react though. They know they're in there, but they're not reacting. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we got everybody here. This will be the deciding fight, or one of them at least. The Clockwork just melts. And unfortunately, so does the Viper, so does the Marana. Disruptor gets picked off. Witch Doctor is left alive, and there's the GG. Pretty good match. There's definitely some back and forth, definitely some close, but in the end, Dire just kept taking advantages and unfortunately just never lost that gold advantage, and the Radiant team just couldn't make it back up. But yeah, pretty good team.